Okay. So this week, Diddy was hit with more lawsuits. There was one in particular. We'll get into a couple of others later, but one in particular where a young woman met him in 2020, and she was invited on an all expenses paid trip. She alleges that he did what he usually does to other girls to her, and that she continued kind of seeing him up until I believe July, I believe the woman became pregnant. I'm sorry, in 2022, after she was assaulted, and claims that Diddy would contact her all the way up until July of this year, um, trying to press her about what she was going to say. Young Miami got involved and apparently tried to pressure her into having an abortion, which later she had a miscarriage. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on this newer lawsuit with who implicated Young Miami for saying that she was harassing her. If you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that particular lawsuit. Lawsuits like that, I'll tell you, I have a problem with. Have a problem with. I have a problem when a victim goes back a second time and get victimized a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. That's a problem for me, y'all. I'm sorry. One time it happens, hey, you got a hard time dealing with it and you realize that this happened to you and all of that. Totally, whatever needs to be done. You get your psychological help, you get your therapy, you get your counseling, you get your courage up to do it. I get it. But when you come 20 something years later, or 4 years later in this case, 3 years later in this case, and then you want to lay out all of the different times that all the different events happen, where you saying all the bad things happened to you, but you kept going back, you kept communicating with them, I have a problem. Just like with that guy, Vince McMahon, right, John? Ain't that his name? The guy that's with the wrestling, the UFC, or which one is he? I forget which one he is.
He's the WWE one.
The WWE guy. He's getting sued right now and having some issues because he had a female that he was texting her, and she's showing all the texts. Maybe John will put up a few of them. If not, y'all can go research it. But this particular lady is showing how she was a sex worker for him. I'm not saying that's right or whatever, but she's obviously a worker for him, admitting to going and doing all of these different sexual acts and all of that things with other people. And I got to research it. And I'll maybe have John speak on it a little more because he's all into this. But she gonna do all of this now. She want to sue. One time, totally agree with you guys. Problem. But when you keep being a continuance and it keep happening to you, and you keep going and you're going and you're going, and then once they cut you off, or you're not getting what you want anymore, now you want to cry wolf. We gotta re-examine that, y'all. John, this right quick for the people that don't know what I'm talking about. If you can explain it to them, because I know you
Yeah.
into that.
Sure. There was a young woman by the name of Janelle Grant who worked for Vince McMahon for a number of years, and apparently they had a consensual an affair. And I guess when she stopped working there, they had a non-disclosure agreement, and he agreed to pay her around 3 million or something like that. And something happened. I don't know where the disconnect was, but I guess he stopped paying, and she filed her lawsuit, and there was definitely disturbing stuff in there, but again,
But she appeared to be a willing participant with those disturbing stuff, right?
yeah, yeah. From the text messages, it didn't look like she was telling him, "No, I don't want to do this" or "I don't want to do that." But apparently, he would tell her who to, have relationships with and who to get with, and they would do things where Vince would be with other guys and her at the same time, and yeah, it just she basically felt like she was being trafficked, and that she was pressured to do this stuff for job security. But again, I always remind people that all we've heard is her side of a lawsuit. And like Reggie, and like you talk about on a lot of our episodes, when you do a lawsuit, you want to throw everything at the wall as much as you can just to see what sticks. But yeah, I'm not saying she's right or she's wrong, but yeah, that is something that's similar to what's going on with Diddy, only in the sense of what he's being accused of. But obviously, Diddy, there's, I think we're up to like 13 or 14 official lawsuits, and then, a bunch of other people. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Now that Reggie Wright put his Dr. Umar hat on and played a race card for a little bit, why hasn't the media been on Vince McMahon like they have been on Puffy or Diddy? Just throwing something out. Just throwing something out. I'm not saying either one is wrong. I understand. Diddy got underage kids. He has allegations. He has drugging allegations and all of that. But how many of y'all can really say y'all knew about this? Go talk to your grandma. She done heard about Diddy. Peace bomb first.